All right, just a very quick one, but first the pranam. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Shakshu Militanjena Tasmasi Gurave Nama Vandeham Si Guru Si Yuta Padakamalam Si Gurum Vaishnavamscha Si Rupam Sagrajantam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Semate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamini Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nivishesa Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Panchatatmakam Krishna Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktyakam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopeksha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Brindabanesvari Brishabhanu Sute Devi Panamami Hari Priye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Siva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, so just a very quick one I'd like to share with us, being a discussion on the common made statement by the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Eastern, or better known as the Hare Krishna movement. There's a very popular saying amongst us, which of course hold really very true. We often say, Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. That's referring to the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. So in this few minutes, we'll be looking at this subject. I will be looking at this topic. Why do we say that? And apart from what is generally said and known, could there be a deeper and esoteric meaning to that statement? Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. So that is what we want to quickly address right now. So first, I want us to bear in mind that there are always two considerations. There is always the, if you permit me to use that word, exoteric and the esoteric meaning to some of these subjects. So what we want to try to do today, what I want to share with you is the esoteric or the hidden meaning of why we say Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. But first, let us look at the general understanding, being that, well, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or the Hare Krishna movement, which was founded by His Divine Loving Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada in America in the mid 60s, actually, was the a very, very unique uh, movement, in the sense that you can walk to any of the Hare Krishna temples worldwide. And of course, I mean, as at the time that he was leaving the planet, there are like 108 temples worldwide. But the point is, you can walk to any of the Hare Krishna temples, and you literally will feel like you are walking into United Nations. How? Because in every given Hare Krishna temple, you will find, you'll find people from all the different parts of the world, African, Asian, American, you know, uh, Latinos, name it. And you will find these people living together in a very, very harmonious convergence, literally speaking the same language. I mean, it was such a thing, and it really is, still is, I believe, to a very large extent, that you don't really, a lot of times, don't even know the nationality of individuals who you may have been living with for years in the ashram together. Nor do you really care. We were all just one people, one nation, one common people who, you know, sing the same song, Hare Krishna mantra, who eat the same food, who sleep in the same place. So for this reason, we always say, oh, Prabhupada, and we were so, it was a cohesive unit. So that is literally like a United Nations. I mean, we used to, I mean, boast that for me, for an average Hare Krishna devotee, it's like you literally actually have a room on every continent. You have a home, like you can just arrive at any country at any time in any city, and there will always be food for you and a comfortable place to stay. So for this reason, regardless of what race, your background, your nationality, or your gender. So for this reason, we always say, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. So that is one reason. But what I want to try to share with you at this moment is, what is the hidden reason behind this statement? Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. So to discuss that, first I would like to bring to our attention that the Hare Krishna movement is a movement that is centered on the worship of Radha and Krishna as the supreme deity, the supreme iconography that the Hare Krishna movement is built around is the form of Radha and Krishna. So when you look at Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks about a kantik bhakti, one-pointed devotion. So one who really then is involved in the worship of Radha and Krishna. And mind you, the Hare Krishna movement is an offshoot. Actually, I won't even say offshoot. Is an integral part of the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is steeped and focused pinpointedly on the worship of Radha and Krishna. So, and it is, it is not a rocket science for anyone to know that to achieve a goal on anything, you need specialty. You have to be focused, right? So the mode of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, of which the Hare Krishna movement is part of, is the mode of pinpointed worship of Radha and Krishna, and especially even more so the worship of Krishna in Vrindavan. Like Krishna himself said at the end of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, Yoginam api sarve shanmagate nantaratmanam iti madva bhajate mam samo yukta tamo mata. Now this is a verse where Krishna is discussing all kinds of yoga practice, but then he says, but the one who then really know me as truly as I am, he is the topmost yogi. Now what does it mean to know Krishna as it truly is to know him as the son of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan, who frolics in the forest of Vrindavan with Srimati Radharani and his cowhead boyfriends, as well as his cowhead, girlfriends, who is the darling of the residents of Vrindavan. This is the focus of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. This is the worship of Radha and Krishna, and a pinpointed worship. So then, one who is engaged in this type of devotion, Gaudiya Vaishnavism, they do not worship any other form of Krishna, nor have their meditation on the form of Krishna. Remember, Gaudiya Vaishnavism was inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it was about Radha and Krishna. So that is the focus. But so therefore it will seems like an aberration as you walk into the Hare Krishna temples founded by Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, that as you look on the altar, well, you see Radha and Krishna, you see Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, you see Nrsingadev, almost every single temple have these forms on their altar. Now, that is not the practice in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. No, the practice of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is to focus on Radha and Krishna. And so that is the meditation, and that has to be pinpointed. It's called a Kantik Bhakti, one-pointed devotion. And any deity that one actually chooses to worship, this is what is required. It has to be one pinpointed devotion on the deity of one's inner mood. So but in the Hare Krishna temples, founded by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, as you walk in and the curtain opens and you see Radha and Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Even in some temples you have Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, you have Nrsingadev, all on the same altar. Now, this is completely against the grain of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. What to speak of even worship of any deity, because it requires a specific, as we have said, pinpointed attention. But hang on, don't run to the press yet. Now, in this case, so why? And of course, actually, I have for some time traveled within the world of the worldwide Hare Krishna movement, and I have noticed that, I mean, we're in 2020, so it's an open secret that there are so many other Vaishnava society now, and this is one major criticism that I have personally heard of the, you know, of the Hare Hare Krishna movement, as was founded by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. That, oh, they have Rishingadev on the altar, and it is true. Actually, it is true. One who is worshiping Radha and Krishna really has no business with worship of Nishringadev or any other form or any other avatar. That is just so simple and straightforward. But we have to understand one thing, and that is the crux of the matter. That is what I want to talk about right now. That when we are talking about Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, now here we are talking about a special personality. We're talking about a special personality. There are acharyas, but there's also a different category of acharyas. They are called Stapat Acharya. Just like earlier on I was reciting, Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale. So Yarupa Kadamaya Dudanti Swam Padantikam. So in that prayer is saying how Stapitam, how Rupa Goswami established for knowing, Manobhistam, for knowing the mind of Sri Chaitanya, established a movement based on the teachings of Sister. So Rupa Goswami is considered not just an Acharya, but Stapat Acharya, one who established a specific mode of worship, like you say, a one who initiate a specific movement in that sense. So this is the category that A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada belonged to. Not only that, second part is that he is considered undoubtedly as an avesha of Lord Nityananda's Shakti. And those who know, as you know, Krishna consciousness, you know the position of Lord Nityananda. For the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Nityananda is their God as well as their Guru. So Nityananda is the embodiment of the total Guru, or the absolute form of Guru. Now, why is that important? Yeah, it's important because there are different categories of Guru. There are Gurus and there are Gurus, if I can say that. One type of Guru is a Guru of Vishesha, specialty, based on what his personal rasa or relationship is with Krishna. Say for an instance, if his relationship with Krishna is a relationship of a saka, a friend, a cowherd boyfriend of Krishna, he will be able to educate, he will be able to train, he will be able to train disciples who are only of the same inclination. It's called Swajatiya. people who are born of the same nature with him, people who have the same proclivity, right? And there are so many instances in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but we're not going to go into that now unless push come to shove. But for now, we just restrict it to the. So these are gurus. So for an instance, if he's in Sakya Rasa, his relationship with Krishna is a relationship of friend, boyfriend, cowhead boyfriend, then he cannot, he will have limitation in his instructing a disciple whose natural inclination is of say vatsalya, parental relationship. So there are gurus based on their own personal relationship with Krishna, in their own personal intrinsic relationship with Krishna, and they will only be able to instruct only a disciple of that same kind of inherent nature. But in Lonich, so this is one category of guru. They are called Vyasti guru. Then there is the guru who by his endowment, these are actually a special category, and today I want to restrict this to just Lord Nityananda, who are Akanda. They just look at the word Kanda means divided, like the first type of guru that we explained. They divided, they can only instruct somebody of a particular rasa relationship with Krishna because that is their intrinsic nature as well. But the Akanda guru, and this is Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda, who is the incarnation of Sri Balaram, is equipped, being the supreme personality of Godhead himself and the Adi Guru. He is the embodiment of undivided Guru principle. Therefore, he has the ability to instruct and relate and enliven and train anyone regardless of what their intrinsic rasa or nature is in relationship with Krishna. And this was what the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement was about. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, that was a very special dispensation in the history of Vaishnavism. So, being the complete personality of God himself, a combination of Radha and Krishna in one form, then being also Krishna being the avatari, the fountainhead of all incarnations. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, all of the other incarnations also appear alongside with him, and along came with them their devotees, their expansions of their expansions, and their devotees came down as well. So this was the conglomerate that we see in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association, in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. The space within which I want to confine this to will not allow us to go into the details for now, but we can talk about that in future. So, but for now, let's just understand the fact that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, being the conglomerate of Radha and Krishna, all the other incarnations and expansions all came down to be part of the Sankirtan movement, and alongside with them came their their followers. So they are devotees. So this is the Hare Krishna movement. It's a movement that spread through the spectrum of all rasas and all incarnations and all expansions. So having said that, so remember the point we're discussing is Srila Prabhupada. He built the hidden meaning of the statement Srila Prabhupada. He built a house in which the whole world can live. So then, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, being a Shakti Avesha, an empowered devotee of Lord Nityananda, he carries the same kind of dispensation. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he is Lord Nityananda, but being an Avesha of Lord Nityananda's Shakti, he has to a very serious degree that ability, that potency to act in that mode of a Kanda Guru. Guru who is not restricted to a specific rasa, who is not restricted to instructing only a devotee of a particular mode or of a particular rasa. And why not? He is a representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who, as we explained earlier on, when he came with all the other incarnations came with him, and their expansions as well as their devotees, and all of them were around Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is what we see in the activities of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In other words, the movement that he started was a Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan is the most attractive activities of Krishna consciousness. All the demigods, all the incarnations, all the expansions are attracted. All the munis, all the yogis, they will give up their austerities, they will give up their meditation, they will give up everything to be part of the Hare Krishna movement. So as soon as everyone heard that there was going to be the Sankirtan movement, they all came down. So just like the way it was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, the same way it was when Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami inaugurated the Hare Krishna movement. So then what we see in the temples established by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was not a case of mishmash, or as is said in some quarters, as a slight or a dig at the Hare Krishna movement founded by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, as, oh, they just have all the different gods on their altars. There's Nishingadev, there is Radha Krishna, there is Sister. No, there is a reason, because he is in the mode of Lord Nityananda, and this is a Sankirtan movement. Therefore, all the devotees of these other expansions and other incarnations are in the Hare Krishna movement, and they have their intrinsic mood and inclination for those specific incarnations. I personally know of a devotee who he will just wait, like the kirtan can go on for 2 hours. You literally will not see him losing up. But when ever it got to now the Narasimha Kirtan, oh, then he just gets goosebumps and he's so excited and fired up, you know. And he will always say, oh, actually, the first time that I came, Prabhu, the first time I came to the Hare Krishna temple and I heard this, I was crying. So I'm not going to try to make this longer than it already is. It really is a very, very comprehensive subject, but I'm trying to confine it to a very, limited space and time, just to say the reason why we say Srila Prabhupada, the hidden meaning behind the statement Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live, is that in the Hare Krishna movement, in the Sankirtan movement, it's not everyone that is intrinsically a devotee of Radha and Krishna. And so what A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, has done, being prompted by Lord Nityananda, is to establish a temple so that in the same temple, on the same altar, you have 20 people who come to worship, who come for arati, and they can, to some degree, it's not everyone that can be fully satisfied, just like it was in the times of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they could have darshan of their own Ishta Dev as it fits in, or their own deity which they have intrinsic mode toward, as it fits into their mode on the same altar. So in other words, when the devotees come for arati in the Hare Krishna temple of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, believe it or not, it's not all of them that are focused on Radha and Krishna. Someone is meditating on Shringadev, someone is meditating on Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman in places where they have that. Someone is meditating on, Radha and Krishna. Someone is, so this is the arrangement that everyone gets taken care of in the Sankirtan, movement. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. So the Sankirtan movement is full of spiritual potency, and it awards and fulfill everyone according to their rasas, or their intrinsic relationship with Krishna. So this is the hidden meaning of that statement. Srila Prabhupada, he built a house in which the whole world can live. In other words, everyone, regardless of what their intrinsic mood is and their Ishtadev, they found a place where they can have darshan and the worship of their Ishtadev in the Sankirtan movement. And this is the beauty of the Sankirtan movement, that in the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the avatars, all the incarnations, and all the expansions, and all the expansions of their expansions, and all their different devotees, all come together in the Hare Krishna movement, and in the temples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, they have the opportunities to a large extent to be connected to and regularly have darshan of who their Ishtadev is, or who their worshipable form of Krishna is by their intrinsic mood. So this is why the hidden meaning of Srila Prabhupada. He built a house in which the whole world uh, can live. So that while we are chanting the kirtan, and while we are having darshan, everyone on the same altar can focus on their own um, worshipable form of Krishna according to their intrinsic mood, and everyone is catered for in that way, and everyone is happy. So this is the hidden meaning of Srila Prabhupada. He built a house in which the whole world uh, can live. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.